Hi to all of you and welcome to Erasmus View Virtual Health Business Hubs International Network. I'm Pierpaolo Magliocca. I'm an associate professor of management. I work in Italy, and today I will introduce you topic 1, the introduction to the European educational systems and the organization of the educational process on the example of the University of Foggia, where I work. Let me introduce you lesson content and objectives. Content, we will try to define what is EHEA, European Higher Education Area, and we will outline the differences with American higher education system and characteristics of higher education qualification in Europe. So our objectives and expected results. This module introduce you to the basic concept, the basic elements of EHEA. And next, we will discuss about the European education system and the organization of the educational process on the example of the University of Foggia. So, the introduction. What we can tell about the introduction. In Europe, in 33 European countries, each country has its own nationally governed higher education system, but all form part of the European higher education area. The EHEA system helps to ensure that higher education systems across all Europe, are compatible, and that students, research, and academics all in Europe can collaborate and study or work abroad more easily. Now, differences with the American higher education system. You can see below a few differences between the European higher education system and the American higher education system. Are listed higher education institutions. In Europe, there are countries with a higher education system based upon a distinction between higher education institutions, University of Applied Sciences, and research universities. University of Applied Sciences are focused on the practical application of arts and science. Research university offer research-oriented programs in an academic setting. There is no distinction between University of Applied Sciences and research university in the United States. In Italy, is the same. Education in Italy is compulsory from 6 to 16 years of age and is divided into 5 stages. Kindergarten, 3 years, age from 3 to 6. Primary school, 5 years, age from 6 to 11. Lower secondary school, 3 years, age from 11 to 14. Upper secondary school, 5 years, age from 14 to 19, compulsory until the age of 16 or until year 2. And then university. Educational is free in Italy. And free education is available to children of all nationalities who are residents in Italy. Italy has both a private and public education system. About grading system. Students' performance may be assessed in various ways, about which information is provided in each course unit description. In most instances, there is a final, usual oral exam. The grading system differs per country in Europe. In Austria, grades from 1 to 5 are used, with 1 being excellent and 5 being insufficient. In some European countries, grades are based on percentages from 0 to 100, or in other grades range from A to F, or from 1 to 13 in Italy. In all cases, in Italy, grading system, students are graded according to a scale ranging from 0 to 13, with 18 is a passing mark, the minimum level. A cum laude may be added to highest grade, 13 with the laude, as a special distinction. The lowest passing grade is 18. The grades from 18 to 13 are used. When the student graduates, a final numerical grade for the entire grade degree program is also given. The minimum passing mark from the final degree is 60C, whereas the maximum is 110. For outstanding students, degree may be awarded a cum laude distinction, 110 with laude. Higher education qualification in Europe. Higher education qualification in Europe are structured according to 3 cycles defined as part of Bologna process. Here we have to point out 2 different aspects. The first one, we will check in few seconds, is the Bologna process, and the second one are the 3 cycles. What is the Bologna process? The Bologna process seeks to bring more coherence to higher education system across Europe. It established the European higher education area to facilitate students' mobility, to make higher education more inclusive and accessible, and to make higher education in Europe more attractive and competitive worldwide. Please pay attention to inclusive and accessible and more competitive, more attractive and competitive. Inclusive and accessible, making higher education systems inclusive and connected to society requires providing the right condition for students of different backgrounds to succeed. This goes behind the question of offering financial support to disadvantaged groups, although this is vital for those from low-income backgrounds. To ensure that the student body entering and graduating from Europe higher education institution reflects the diversity of Europe's population, improved access and competition rates by disadvantaged and underrepresented groups should be targeted. To this end, national authorities and higher education institutions should take a holistic look at how admission, teaching, and assessment are organized, put measures in place to mentor students, provide both academic and not academic support. More attractive and competitive students and researchers from outside Europe can contribute to the growth and competitiveness of the European Union economy with knowledge and skills developed in Europe. Erasmus Mundus joint master degrees use European Union funded scholarship to attract the best students from all over the world to follow a top quality joint program with study in 2 or more European higher education institutions. What is the Bologna process? As part of the European higher education area, all participating countries agreed to introduce a three-cycle higher education system consisting of bachelor, master's, and doctoral studies, ensure the mutual recognition of qualification learning periods abroad completed at other universities, implement a system to quality assurance to strengthen the quality and relevance of learning and teaching. Mutual recognition of qualification and learning periods abroad. The Commission published a proposal for a Council recommendation on promoting automatic mutual recognition of higher education and upper secondary education diplomas and the outcomes of learning periods abroad. The recommendation was adopted by the Council in November 2018. Improving procedures for the mutual recognition of qualification in European Union member states is a cornerstone of establishing a European education area by 2025 in 1 year. Learning mobility fosters the development of key competencies and experiences that are crucial for active participation in society and the labor market. This was shown in the recent midterm evaluation of the Erasmus Plus program, which reported on the positive impact of mobility on learners' confidence, independence, social integration, and creation of a sense of European identity. Why ensuring the relevance and quality of higher education is important? New skills needs are emerging as a result of the ongoing green and digital transitions of society. The European Union needs to act if it is to ensure the continuous development of skills required to remain economically competitive at global level. More people should be encouraged to study subjects in which skill shortages and labor demands exist. All students need to acquire advanced transversal skills that can be applied in a wide range of settings, such as critical thinking and problem-solving skills. The acquisition of key competencies, such as numeracy and digital skills, is also essential. Why is the Bologna process important? Under the Bologna process, European governments engage in discussions regarding higher education policies reforms and strive to overcome obstacles to create a European higher education area. Bologna reform is the key to building the necessary trust for successful learning mobility, cross-border academic cooperation, and the mutual recognition of study periods and qualifications earned abroad. Enhancing the quality and relevance of learning and teaching is also a core mission of the Bologna process. Implementation of these reforms is, however, uneven across the 48 participating countries. The Bologna process also provides a forum for dialogue with the neighboring countries regarding higher education reforms and questions related to shared academic principles, such as the independence of university and the participation of students in civil society activities. It has become an important space for soft diplomacy with neighboring countries in the Western Balkans, with the exception of Kosovo, Eastern Partnership, Turkey, as well as many other countries. What is the European Union doing to support higher education reform? Since the launch of the Erasmus program some 30 years ago, the Commission, together with national authorities, higher education institutions, students, and other stakeholders, triggered more intense and structured cooperation among European higher education institutions. As the demand for student mobility grew rapidly, it became clear how difficult it was for single institutions to recognize periods of study across different national higher education systems with divergent degree structures and different academic tradition. The Bologna process, starting with the Sorbonne and Bologna declarations, was the response of national governments to the challenges arising from the mobility of European students and graduates. The Commission is a full member of the Bologna follow-up group, and this board, which supports the implementation of the decision of Bologna ministerial conferences. Much progress has been made in reforming higher education system in European Union member states and behind, as indicated by regular implementation reports. The second aspect, the 3 cycles. Bachelor degree. Most full-time bachelor study programs in Europe last 3 or 4 years. Depends if you are full-time or part-time student. To do a bachelor's degree, you usually need school qualification. This varies, so check the entry requirements for your chosen study program. For example, at the University of Foggia, we have 29 bachelor's degree. A bachelor degree can be a great way to prepare for further study as well as for skilled employment. The second cycle, master degree. Most full-time master study program in Europe lasts 1 or 2 years. This will be longer if you study part-time. To study a master degree, you usually need a bachelor's degree or other undergraduate qualification. At the University of Foggia, for example, we have 17 master degrees. We offer 17 master degrees. And master degrees are a great way to develop professional and research competencies. A master degree may be research focused or more modular and assessed by coursework and or exam. Most study programs involve lectures and classes with assessment through essays, exam, and coursework. Some also involve a period of time working in industry or working on industry-related project. And the last one, doctoral studies. Most full-time doctorals in Europe last around 3 or 4 years. To do a doctorate, including a PhD, you usually need a bachelor's degree and a master's degree. University of Foggia offers 10 PhD students, PhD courses, sorry. Doctorates are ideal for people with a passion for research. They are especially useful if you want to work in academia, but at the same time become especially in a particular field or an industry researcher. Doctorates typically focus on independent study and research, specialized in one particular subject. To apply, you usually have to submit an idea, a research proposal, outlining what your doctorate aims to achieve. And then, concluding remarks. We examined some aspects. The first one, European Higher Education Area, EHEA. What is the importance of European Higher Education Area and what is European Higher Education Area? And then we outlined the differences with the American Higher education system, and we showed the characteristics of higher education qualification in Europe. We talk about Bologna process. What is Bologna process? What is the why is important the Bologna process, and so on. And then we discussed about the 3 cycles: bachelor, master, and PhD. Okay. Thank you for your availability, and see you in next topic. Bye.